lose some hair while taking Mounjaro or Zepbound? Maybe, maybe not. But do you want to wait until it starts, or do you want to do everything that you can right now to prevent it like I did when I first started? In this video, we are going to talk about the steps that I took to prevent hair loss while taking Mounjaro and now Zepbound and you know, taking it at the beginning and throughout my entire weight loss journey. And if you're new here, I'm Jen, and I've been on a weight loss journey now a little over 14 months. I'm down 85 pounds, and I like to release videos on how, you know, I successfully prevented potential side effects and just some beginner's tips and really what I'm doing to maximize my weight loss since I've started taking Mounjaro over a year ago. It would mean the world to me if you hit that like button and subscribed. I'm not forcing you, but it would be nice. So why did I start hair loss prevention on day one? Well, it was because on just about every single site that talks about Mounjaro or Zepbound, someone is either experiencing it or asking about potential hair loss while taking, you know, Mounjaro or Zepbound. And I know for me, I already have very thin, fine hair, so I do everything I can to keep my scalp and hair healthy prior to taking Mounjaro. And when I knew I was going to start, there was a couple of things that I believe prevented, you know, hair loss from starting. And on a side note, I have actually experienced hair loss from having cancer treatments years ago. Thankfully, it was just a small area on the back of my head, but I just remembered how much of an impact that had on me. And then I also thought about some of the things that I did to help regrow, and you know, I tried to do that as well while taking Mounjaro Zepbound. And as a reminder, not a medical professional, just like talking about my experiences. I just like to talk, really. And things about what has worked for me, and I understand we all experience things differently while taking Mounjaro or Zepbound. So before I go into my tips, let's start with, does Mounjaro or Zepbound even really cause hair loss? So when you Google hair loss Mounjaro, it'll tell you there's no direct evidence that hair loss is from a side effect of Mounjaro or Zepbound, and that hair loss is most likely due to the stress of rapid weight loss that happens on your body, which can lead to temporary shedding of hair over several months. So most likely from rapid weight loss. But over the past couple months, as more and more data was collected, hair loss has been reported with Mounjaro and Zepbound after rapid weight loss, but still doesn't necessarily appear to be common or a permanent side effect, and not everyone experiences hair loss. And I pulled this data directly from a study. Hair loss is not listed as an adverse effect in the package insert for Mounjaro. However, a clinical study from 2022 reported that hair loss occurred in 4.9 to 5.7% of people using 5 milligrams to 15 milligrams of Mounjaro. But hair loss has been reported as a common side effect in Zepbound clinical studies. Overall, hair loss was reported in 4 to 5% of people using Zepbound. In people using Zepbound, hair loss occurred more frequently in females, 7.1%, than males, 0.5%. But no patients using Zepbound stopped due to hair loss. So the good news is that hair loss or hair shedding is usually a temporary side effect of rapid weight loss with these medications. It's also relatively uncommon and occurs in less than 5% of people based off of available clinical data, and typically only affects hair on the scalp. And most people report that their hair just tends to thin a little bit and just may come out and shed a little bit more frequently in their hairbrush, and it's rather than leaving like a bald spot. So you may notice hair falling out when you're shampooing or brushing your hair, but it does not fall out in clumps from what I've read. Usually once your weight stabilizes, this side effects will subside and your hair will regrow to its original thickness before you started treatment. Although you may notice hair thinning, other people may not. They may not recognize it at all. But it usually starts about 3 months after weight loss begins, lasts several months, and reverses, you know, over 6 to 12 months once your weight loss is stabilized. Although that timeline can vary person to person. Even though I followed a preventative routine, I did experience what I thought was slightly more shedding in July of 2023, which was about 4 months after I started. And I experienced also a big weight loss total in that time period. But all of a sudden I had like 2 other weird side effects pop up that instantly made me ask my doctor, you know, let's do some blood work. And he's like, we got to check your thyroid. And we were right. We needed to adjust my thyroid medication. And within a month, my shedding stopped and all those little side effects I had went away. So remember to talk to your doctor if you're experiencing any side effects. It just it may not be from the weight loss, but a medicine may need to be adjusted, or there could be a nutrient deficiency that could be detected. So now let's get into the reason you clicked on this video. How I believe I prevented hair loss while taking Mounjaro and Zepbound. The first thing I did was prioritize protein with every single meal, and I had a balanced diet, which is extremely important. I was never in starvation mode. I was, you can do that from eating extremely low calories each day. I did not. Without adequate protein intake, the hair follicles just produce weaker keratin, leading to brittle, easily damaged hair. Protein provides the fundamental building blocks to regenerate hair cells and promote normal growth cycles. And you're most likely already doing this because eating a higher protein diet is recommended while taking Mounjaro or Zepbound. Another thing I did to help prevent hair loss was I put collagen peptides in my coffee every morning because I read that taking collagen supplements can help boost hair growth. And I know that's debatable, but I just believe that it provides my body with that essential amino acid that it can't produce on its own, and producing peptides that signal rejuvenation and repair. Not all collagen is created equal, so it can be helpful to just compare your options and check in with your doctor before, adding this supplement to your routine. I take the full serving of Vital Proteins Collagen Peptides right now, and I've been doing it on a daily basis for months. I just scoop it into my coffee every morning, and I don't even taste it. So another thing that I took in the beginning was Nutrafol. I was told the Women's Balance, even though I'm 43 and it said for people over 45, that's what I took. And since, they said because Mounjaro is affecting hormones, this one would work best for me. And also it was recommended to me that after 3 months, I could cut the serving from 4 to 2 pills, and then after a year, I'm only taking 1 on a maintenance plan. But talk to your doctor or recommending doctor if Nutrafol will work for you. I was happy to go from 4 to 2 and now 1 because yes, I get it. Nutrafol is a tad expensive, but I thought it was an investment I was willing to make to prevent hair loss. If you see on social media comments about how to prevent hair loss, the vast majority of people responding are saying take Nutrafol. So I can only speak for my situation, but if I was starting out, I would order and take Nutrafol without question. And another interesting tip that I want to add is that just be aware of how often you wear your hair up in a ponytail. I wore my hair, I only wear it when I'm working out now, and this was something I didn't start and I didn't realize until a couple weeks in. I was like, wow, I'm wearing my hair up more frequently than usual. And then when I would take it down, I would see the hair build up on my hair tie. And then I started reading and it said tying your hair up with an elastic causes tension as it pulls hair tightly at your hairline. This is, especially detrimental if you're wearing a ponytail at the same spot every day, as, it pressures those follicles and strands in those same spots. And that pressure can lead to potential hair breakage and even hair loss. And hair loss due to consistent pulling, or what they call traction alopecia, is temporary, but it will continue over time and there could be issues with future growth. I just say every little thing I can do to prevent hair breakage or loss, I am doing. And another tip is that I dried my hair using a towel wrap. I read that it can prevent hair breakage because standard cotton towels that we often use after showering tend to be really thick and fluffy, and of course, that is great for keeping us warm and drying us off post-shower, but all that pressure from the towel can cause some excess stress on your hair, leading to breakage. This is because, your hair is in its most elastic state when it is wet, and it is prone to the most amount of breakage at that point. So I used a light microfiber towel because it dramatically reduces the amount of stress applied to my wet hair, keeping it better intact. And use it every time after I shower. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the products that I'm talking about in the description. If you want to take a look or research more, I'm in no way pushing these products. I'm not forcing you to buy anything. I also recommend shopping around, look for a good price, but just know that, everything that I'm talking about, I've used daily for over a year. And another thing I did was I slept on a silk pillowcase. I got it as a gift within the first month, and I don't sleep without it. I even bought an extra one for travel when I'm going to the beach or, you know, visiting friends and family, because somebody also read and told me that silk pillowcases don't pull and absorb moisture from the hair the way that cotton pillowcases do. Because of this, the oils stay in your hair, resulting in healthier, smoother, shinier hair, and also prevents hair breakage, the common, you know, theme of this video. Of course, many women with textured hair have been wearing silk hair or bonnets at night for years. This is exactly why. The silk traps those oils in your hair, preventing dehydration and frizz. This isn't new, this isn't groundbreaking. It is for me, but for most people, no. And it's also really good for your skin, but I'll leave that topic for another video. Another thing I did was I used very clean products from a brand called Innersense. I'm not sponsored by them, and I also have nothing against products like Bondi Boost or Nioxin, but for me, I really just didn't want any type of chemicals on my scalp, because we can care, you know, from the inside, we can care for our hair eating good foods and managing stress, and we can care for our scalp by increasing circulation, adding hydration, and keeping it free of buildup and irritation. And if that hair follicle is healthy and nourished, it can grow hair faster and healthier. If the follicle is unhealthy, it can cause shortened growing phase or weaker hair. Example of this can be clogged hair follicles from buildup, improper cleansing, or inflammation. I just wanted a product that helps me create an environment for optimal hair growth. I have their Hair Renew Kit, and it's so easy to use, along with their shampoo and their conditioner. I was just in the salon last week, and my hairdresser said to me, whatever I'm doing, keep it up, because she saw so much hair growth frizzies on the top and on the sides of my scalp as well. And I just, oh God, I loved hearing that. And I didn't even ask her if she noticed any growth. I also use their scalp scrub, and it just smells so good. When I was dealing with that itchy scalp concerns a couple weeks back, I brought that, you know, scrub out, and instantly I could just feel it working, and then it just went away. And then the last tip I want to provide is about your brush. I use a soft hairbrush that's for sensitive scalps and damaged hair that tends to fall out, because Boar bristles are rich in keratin, they have nourishment and moisturizing benefits. They're, you know, particularly beneficial to my type of hair. And also, nourished hair is stronger hair. It lasts longer and is less likely to fall out. I use like a gentle, slow stroke. I start from the ends and I work my way up to my scalp. I just think it's a simple technique that will, you know, not only limit hair loss, but also give your hair the shine it deserves. When you start Mounjaro, you just need to remember to start your healthy scalp and hair journey as well. All the products I talked about, you can take it or you can leave it. I just know that losing over 42 pounds in my first 3 months definitely put a lot of stress on my system. But the fact that I avoided hair loss, that I'm reading more and more from people, you know, a couple months in, I can either say to you, ride it out, it's not permanent, or take a couple small steps to either lessen or completely prevent hair loss on your weight loss journey. If you've noticed hair loss while taking, you know, Mounjaro or Zepbound, or if you're losing weight more rapidly than expected, I say contact your healthcare provider and talk to them. You just may need an adjustment in your calories or protein intakes, vitamins, or other nutritional supplements. And also, please comment below if you've experienced any hair loss while taking Mounjaro or Zepbound, and what you have done to promote hair growth, lessen, you know, hair breakage, and also what you've done to just overall prevent it. I would love to hear what tips you have as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video today, and I will see you in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.